Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the classic wrestling series. So ladies and gentlemen, in season 1 we did a thing called the Blind Bag Rumble. I will have the first episode here if you want to check that out. What is the Blind Bag Rumble? Well, it's a bunch of DVDs thrown in a bag, taken out the covers. They are flipped around, they are put in a bag, mix them up, and I draw one out at random, open it up, see what the show is. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting that again. This time we've got 4 DVDs to watch. And I have to give a massive shout out and a massive thank you to my boy Declan, friend of the channel, friend of the show, friend in real life. I've known this guy for a long time. He very kindly bestowed upon me a couple of DVDs that he wanted me to watch for the channel. So I said I would happily watch them for the channel, but I didn't say how I'd do it. So Decky, this one's for you, buddy. This is the start of the Blind Bag Rumble. So I've got the 4 DVDs in here. I know what they are. 3 of them are the exact same thing. 1 of them is from a company I've never fucking heard of before. So, just here. Okay, let's have a look. So, looking at you guys. Okay. Well, it's in its own plastic bag because I believe... Okay, alright. Joey Janella's Big Top Adventure. So, I kind of had to sneak this one on that side because... It's double-sided. I don't know why it's double-sided, but it's double-sided. So, Joey Janella's Big Top Adventure. I'm guessing this was done before Yeah, this must have been done before AEW. Seriously, because I don't think Joey Janella was that big in the UK. I know he was big because of the import scene, but he wasn't as big as he was now, for God's sake. We got T-Bone versus Isaiah Reese for the PCW title in a street fight. That sounds good. The Invisible Man versus Joey Janela. Oh, hell yeah, my boy's in it! Oh, my boy Philip. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started with our first matchup because I don't know this DVD. Never watched it before, so let's not waste any more time. Get it to our first contest. So, Preston C Wrestling. What is PCW? Well, PCW is a wrestling promotion about an hour up from where I live. I actually live near PCW. They were known more in general for their imports. They have had the likes of Kevin Steen, El Generico, Apollo Crews has held their world championship. Chris Masters has held their championship. Johnny Mundo, Johnny Wrestling, John Morrison have been there. Team 3D's been there. They have been known for their imports back in the early days of Preston C Wrestling, which was amazingly good. I mean, like I say, we've got Zachary Wentz versus Desmond Xavier in our first matchup. Both guys are from the States. And at this time, they are former CCW Tag Team Champions. So, this is going to be an entertaining show, guys, because it's also set in the Blackpool Circus. And Blackpool is a sacred place for the UK for obvious reasons. And, ladies and gentlemen, we do actually... I believe... Zachary Wentz was in WWE. He was definitely in Impact Wrestling. I think he was one of the Rascals, if I recall. Could be wrong on that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to this contest. But we've also got a 6-man tag featuring Virgil. Oh my God, that's going to be entertaining. Let's get to this match. So, we just had Zachary Wentz versus Desmond Xavier. This was a fun matchup. They were both in the WWE. Desmond Xavier was Wes Lee in WWE, and Nash Carter was Zachary Wentz. So, fun matchup. These two knew each other very well. Obviously, it shows. They were tag team champions before. But this was just a great opening contest. A springboard cutter gets the win for Wentz. And again, both guys show their athleticism. They would move on to Impact as the Rascals. They joined WWE, obviously. So, yeah, this was a really fun matchup. And the respect shown at the end of it was, it's a good thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to our next contest. I have no idea what that is going to be. So our next contest was a 6-man tag. It was Danny Hope, Joey Hayes, and Virgil taking on Big T Justice, Sheikh El Sham, and Def Birch. This was a fun matchup. Before the match, Sheikh El Sham got in the ring and basically tried to bribe Virgil off, wasn't having it, and it ended with Virgil getting the win with the $1 Million Dream on Sheikh El Sham. This was, again, it was a fun matchup. It was well done. Commentary, I don't know what it is about the commentary, but the commentary seems a little bit off tonight. I don't know why. It just seems a bit, like this was a last-minute thing because of technical issues or something. I'm not entirely sure on this one, but it shouldn't really be playing into the matches that often. They are good at what they do, but I feel like this was the technical issues, I believe. They did say that at the beginning of the show as well, being said. So, next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have a triple threat match. We have Ashton Smith versus Chris Ridgeway versus Bubblegum. So, let's get to this matchup. So we just had Bubblegum versus Ashton Smith versus Chris Ridgeway in a three-way dance. This was a fun matchup. Bubblegum's coming back from injury. He injured his back a couple of months prior to this show, I believe. So this is his return match. Ashton Smith and Chris Ridgeway are affiliated with WWE. Ashton Smith is obviously with WWE NXT UK, and Ridgeway is the Progress Wrestling champion at this current moment in time, which have had ties to WWE, obviously. This is a fun matchup. Bubblegum with the win after an interesting pin, the old double roll pin. Very good matchup. This was great. This was a really fun match, entertaining. Bubblegum with the win. And so far, 3 matches in. Been a good show so far. So let's not waste any more time and get to our next contest. So we just had the Invisible Man versus Joey Janella, and this was a fun 2-man show. It was just Janella and the ref. This was fun. The Invisible Man wins with a roll-up after being thrown from the Tower Circus staging area where all the lights and all that jazz is. This was fun. Again, this is a 2-man show. It was entertaining. Joey bumped like a boss for this, and it was fun. It was a bit of a laugh, bit of a joke, but it was really entertaining, guys. So next up, we have got a 6-person ladder match for their Money in the Bank briefcase, their title shot. So we have got Tel Baham versus Lionheart versus Akadan versus Martin Kirby versus Matthew Brooks versus my boy Philip Michael. So let's watch this match, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've just had the 6-man ladder match. Tel Baham versus Lionheart versus Spaceman, basically is the gimmick, versus Matthew Brooks versus Martin Kirby versus my boy Philip Michael. And this was quite quick, actually. There was only 1 ladder for 6 guys, and this was a fun matchup. Spaceman manages to drop, basically just throws himself onto Kirby, Lionheart, and Philip, and basically just takes the entire blunt on his stomach. It looked fucking painful. But Tel Baham wins the match and wins the #1 contendership and the briefcase to cash in on a champion of his choice, aka the PCW champion. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more match before our main event. It is going to be a three-way women's match. It is Lauren versus Rio versus Jenny B. So, let's not waste any more time and get to that matchup. So we just had Rio versus Jenny B versus Lauren in a triple threat match, and this was an entertaining matchup. Rio looks very good in the ring. Lauren looks good. Jenny B looks good as well. This was entertaining. Rio gets the win. This was just a fun matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Very entertaining and well done by all 3 women. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event. It's a street fight for the PCW Championship. It is T-Bone versus Ison Ree for the belt. Let's do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've just had T-Bone versus Ashton Reese for the PCW Championship, and all of a sudden Bubblegum comes out and says he's going to be the special guest referee for this matchup. So that's fair game. T-Bone and Bubblegum are friends in IRL, so it kind of makes sense for this in a weird way. And speaking of the match, it was a street fight. They went around the building. They used weapons. T-Bone gets the win after a pile driver and after Bubblegum had assaulted Reese for quite a bit. You know, and to be fair, Bubblegum was he was competent in the ring. He was very competent as a referee, fair counts and all that, which was good. So yeah, this show was very entertaining. I have to admit that one, guys. So, what did I think of PCW's Joey Janela's Big Top Adventure? And I'll admit, kind of surprising. It's a very good show, guys. So, I will try and find the link to PrestonCWrestling.com so you guys can find a way to pick this episode up, ladies and gentlemen. T-Bone's just talking about Bubblegum now, talking to Bubblegum now, probably challenging him to a match for the PCW title. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us dive into the bag and see what we come up with now. Okay, here we are. Let's have a look. Okay, so not gonna lie, guys, we have another Preston City Wrestling show to watch. This one is gonna be very entertaining, I think, but I'm not gonna tell you what episode it's gonna be. That is for next time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. As always, I will see you next week for the next episode of the Classic Wrestling Series, and I will see you later today for AEW Dynamite TTFN. Ta-ta for now. For now.